that should be going. Hopefully I will not get blocked by things. Oh, wow. Yeah, it might be tilted a little too high. Oopsie. Hello, how are you guys doing? How is your Tuesday? I had to reestablish what the hell day of the week it is, but hi. Hope you guys are doing well. I had to make sure I changed everything back over to how it was, which thankfully was not a monumental task, so as you can see I have all the bars and stuff back over here. Now we've completed our Project Linus fundraising for this year. Might make it into a yearly thing, but we will see. Don't hold me that until, like, say, October of next year. We'll see how things go. But yeah, as you can see, we're gonna be knitting socks because, it felt weird to not have socks on my needles. Also, I'm using the over-the-head headphones because I got very accustomed to using these last week. So, I have these plugged into my laptop, so basically, whenever we go on break, I'm gonna likely not be able to hear any alerts or sounds, so it's gonna be likely a game of catch-up going on in that regard. But yeah, as you can see, bit goal is thoroughly smashed. Thanks to macaron granola last week, so that's gonna be a thing. More than likely, I suspect this and the other giveaway will likely be Friday, because as I'm pondering it, it's likely gonna be Friday, my last stream of the year, because I don't think I'm gonna be streaming on Christmas Day, which, not that we really do anything big around here, but I'm just like, you know what? Christmas Eve sounds like fitting to be the last day of streaming for the year. Ah! Hi! You know you don't have to do that. Also, that reminds me, I don't think I changed the thing. Did I? Let's see. Hold on. Thank you for reminding me. But thank you for those bits, too. Yeah, I haven't changed it from this one. I don't think so, because I wanted to change it to the Christmas one. That was the one thing I was completely neglecting to do. Whoops. Alright, so I can change that during the break, it's fine. But let me at least have that page open so I do not forget. And make sure to mute that so the stuff in the background don't start screaming at me. Oh wait, it doesn't look much different. Let's see. Oh wait, yeah, it needs the lights. That would be why. Shush! Anyway, I always say that no one's required to give me bits or anything, so shut it. Also, I was not expecting you to pop in given the fact that Booster's making you feel like garbage, so hi. I was basically just doing, well, still am, in the midst of running down, like, you know, end of year stuff, because this is going to be my last week of streaming for 2021, so basically I'm going to take off from the streaming for, like, say, the plan right now is about 3 weeks. So yeah, mid-January I should hop back into things. But that depends on a good factor or two. We will see what's what by that point. But the plan right now is middle 2022. January. Wow, I can word. Stop. Because I don't get the Discord ping, but I see the little light, so I'm gonna go and look. Stop! But But yeah, general plan is basically today, tomorrow, and Friday. So today, usual crafty things. Tomorrow, likely art, but more inclined, I feel like, gonna be traditional art again. So that's a thing. And Friday, back to the crafty things. Might play some words on stream at some point. Because, last stream of the year. Plus, I'm a sucker for words on stream, so that's a thing. Certainly not part of consideration. Not at all. But yeah, as you can see, the backgrounds have been mildly changed because I kind of wanted to freshen things up a little bit. Although, arguably, I could have just put everything back. But I was just like, you know what? I kind of want to keep things slightly different. But yeah, BitGoal continues to be well and thoroughly smashed. Because I'd actually lowered it to 2,500 bits because, given the whole, hey, no more ads for bits nonsense, and that's unfortunately where a good chunk of my Twitch income comes from. That has made things a little bit slow, unfortunately for me, so stuff like that very much helps a lot, so I very much appreciate, which that plus the whole bunch of gift subs, that puts us pretty damn close to, I think like maybe $13 away from potentially me having a payout in January, which I was not expecting because, things were a little bit slow, but seriously, you guys are awesome. But I think that covers pretty much everything I wanted to talk about right now. Something might come up later, but that's pretty much where we are right now. Oh, anybody who comes in who got gifted a sub from Mary Jo's huge 10 sub bomb, I'm gonna likely poke at you to get your name and not get your name. Although I think there's one or two people I need to give stickers. One other person, because Mary Jo was one of those people that got sticker. But yeah, get a color for a sub square. Because I'm behind on those. But we don't talk about that. That's only my fault, so whatevs. Anyhow, here's a sock. Also, here's my phone, which should not be right here. Because it has a weather app of where I am. So, we don't need to see that. So, let's see. Oh, so you're very much a dork. And he knows who I'm talking to. Alright, let's see. There we go. I adjusted this, so I think where I am, which, if anybody's unfamiliar, these are... I was showing these the other day, I think. Yeah, I was showing these last week. Basically this, or essentially these, although I knit these on size 1s, I had considered, frogging these and then redoing them, and then I was like, you know what? I could just reknit them. I could do that, too. So, new colors, keeping it fresh and everything. Also, with the sparkly purple, which, yeah, you might be able to tell this sparkles. Okay, yeah, I can get a little bit of sparkle. Definitely sparkles more in person than it does on camera, but the light's not that bright right now, so that might do it. But yeah, so continuing the tradition of knitting with discontinued yarn with these socks, more discontinued yarn, which this is Chroma Twist, Hollyhock, which they have regular chroma, because it's 1-ply, which I'm not generally a fan of 1-ply, so I don't buy that. But yeah, they do have these colorways if you want to look at them on knitpicks/WeCrochet. So that's a thing. But this thing definitely don't have. This is Regal? Because this is the Stroll Glimmer stuff that they discontinued. I got a ball of this really dark purple, because this is the darkest purple I've ever seen with anything Stroll. because I generally don't tend to carry this dark of a purple. I don't understand why. Also, you can see how much more it sparkles. Because they have, like, the sparkly thing running through the yarn, so... I basically only use this for accents, because, I feel like having it as the main thing of the sock is a bit... festive, if not leaning towards ostentatious. So, that's a thing. But yeah, so I really do like these, but I knit these on size 1, so they're a tiny bit loose, because at the time, because this was Sock Madness 2020, first ever round, and I was just like, what the do I do? Although these are actually relatively easy, although I hate the way that you have to do it to down here get the thing, compared to up here. It annoys me. Anyhow. Oh dear gosh, that's loud. Wait for it. That must have been flying real damn close for that to pick up really loudly on the mic. Because normally half the time it does not. But yeah, that was a big one. But yeah, so discontinued yarn. And I'm through a good chunk of the leg, because it's pretty easy. It's basically, to a degree, like 2x2 ribbing, pretty much. Which, this is a free pattern, also, however, this is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is also what's its face. This is Ravelry only, to my knowledge, because this is, past Sock Madness pattern. But I believe in general you should be able to find it on Ravelry, but I know everybody cannot deal with Ravelry. So, I am sorry. It's just that I happen to have the pattern. I've been meaning to reknit these. If I do find potentially any alternate locations that are accessible, I will definitely post a link. Inky! I literally just started knitting, and it's like, Freed! Hi! How goes? Although, let me see. Are you in ad purgatory? Let's wait. Hello! You are not in ad purgatory. Hi! How goes? How's your stream, and what were you up to? But yeah, basically, I was just talking about how I was reknitting these, because these are a little bit loose to my liking, so I went down a size. I've knit these on size 1s, but I went down to my size 0 needles, which are a little bit tinier. Just hanging out. Yeah, I get that. But I'm glad you had fun. Anybody coming in with Inky who don't know who I am, hi, Serena Variety Caster of Way Too Many Things. Last week, unfortunately missed, I was doing games for Project Linus, but that's not my main thing of choice. Typically, I tend to do things like this, where it's like I knit, crochet, spin, which, spinning, I mean things along the lines of turning floof into yarn. So, stuff like this. Which I might be doing it later in the week. Which, to note, this is likely my last week of streaming for 2021. Like, that's the plan. Also, thank you for that host. How goes? But yeah, so crafty things, chainmail, digital traditional art, and sometimes games. But if you happen to enjoy any of those stuff, totally feel free to give a follow, hang out. We keep it chill here. 9 times out of 10. And hopefully you have a good time. Yay! Enjoy your lurk. Lurking is always appreciated. So anybody who has not seen, we hit the 1K in follows last week, which I was just like, what? But we had been close, like, creeping closer and closer for, like, a while. So it was, like, slowly nudging there. I wasn't sure if Twitch was going to actually keep the count because you know how Twitch is. It tends to fluctuate a little bit. Like, it's trying to verify, you know, that the people following are actually, you know, people. Although that's kind of giving Twitch a bit too much credit. Half the time it's more of, oh, this person wasn't here for like a couple of months? I guess they don't want to follow me anymore. And just unfollow people. It's stupid. But yeah, we have hit 1K, so likely I will be planning to give away a donut pin. I'm thinking doing giveaways Friday, so that's the thing. And also giveaway for that ridiculous bit bar, which you see over there. Like, my goal was 2,500. That is more than double our goal. Which I don't stack giveaways because, you know, supplies and stuff cost money. Also, why the hell do I have both yarns in my hand? Oh yeah, because I was doing the brioche sock before. And my hand's just like, I want to do the same thing. And it's like, no. I don't need to do that. Oh, so hilariously, it seems like a slightly Discord crowd, which is not a bad thing. But it amuses me. Yeah, I was like, that should be it. My only thing is that this purple is dark, sometimes it's hard to see, which I wanted it dark so it contrasts with the yarn. Which, it's doing that beautifully. It's just hard to see. Which makes it very, very irritating. But worth it. Also, I'm kind of hoping I have enough yarn for 2 socks with this yarn. We will see. I have like a small ball of more of this, which I'm hoping that should be enough. Because I think it's like 50 some odd grams, which typically this yarn's like 100 grams, which that measures up to, in yards, through 437, which I'd grab one of the labels, but I don't feel like getting up and going over there because I have a thing full of labels. Plus, no, I cannot get more of this because this is discontinued yarn. Which, yeah. This is why if you like anything in Knit Pixie Crochet, buy it because they like to discontinue everything you love and hold dear. Like, it's a thing. This is one of my favorite yarns and I'm still pissed years later that they discontinued it. It's like, why? Like, you still have it in singles, but you don't want to do this. My only thing is, like, maybe they had too many negative reviews about it, but I'm pretty sure that was not the case. That or it was too expensive to manufacture, which, if that were true, why the hell would you be creating the single ply version of that same yarn? Which single ply yarn is not good for socks. 9 times out of 10, unless, like, you know, you're not wearing them, for long periods. I am not one of those people. I pretty much wear almost exclusively hand-knit socks at this point. Because, A, they're a bit more thicker, also they're a bit more comfier to me compared to store-bought. Plus, I can do stuff that they don't have in stores, which also is a plus. Thank you. So, do you have a schedule? Also, if you need to go and do stuff and or lurk, that is totally cool. But I'm just curious. Do you have like a set schedule? I don't think I saw that when I looked on your stream page the last time. Yeah. Stop that. Yeah, it does catch on itself, which is one of those things that very much annoys me. But it's still very pretty yarn, and I resent that I can't get more. But there are yarns certainly similar to it, so that is definitely a thing likely down the line. I will likely do that, or I could potentially even spin, like, you know, lengthy gradients like that. That is also a distinct possibility. Also, I think I need to plug in this light. It feels like it's dimming out a little bit, but I haven't used it in a couple days, so it makes sense. I legitimately have it propped up against the mic because it's not going to stay up on its own, which is obnoxiously stupid. I know it's somewhere around here. Hold on. Hopefully I won't need to take off this headset. But I know I saw it. Oh, it's back there. Yeah, I definitely need to take off my headset. Yay! Alright. Wee little battery pack for making sure this doesn't go dim on me. Check. There it is. How much battery? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna need to charge that once I'm done for today. Which, that's fine. Which, I have a new light coming in to replace this one finally. But likely that won't be here until I'm done for the year. Which, that's fine. Although I kind of hoped it would get here before. Hilariously, the other thing, which is Swift, to replace the one that I accidentally broke, and I still feel bad about. That showed up early, and I didn't immediately need it, but it does help, so now I'm be able to get my yarn out of hank form a lot more easier, so I don't have to be sitting there walking around the TV, unwinding it that way. Because it's a pain having to do that way. And it takes a bit more time. Honestly, I was really a dumbass and should have watched where I was sitting. I will definitely be careful and not do that again. Alright. Let's see. That fixes up this area. Which that also leaves about 1.5 of these left. Repeats for the leg. And then I will check on the foot. Which I have this pattern on my phone, so I can grab it and go look there. So given how Hades went last week, I think I might do that every so often on stream as games I play. Although arguably it is not chill of a game compared to Stardew Valley. Although Stardew Valley also has the fuck this moment at times. Hades, I feel like slightly more. Especially once you get closer and closer to the end. Which I really, really want to see how the game ends. Because I am curious what war it is that they're fighting up on the surface. Also, a funny thing, Kerberos, which I believe, like, originally it was like, it's a K sound, not a C sound. So Cerberus is not the original that we know of way it was said. Kerberos might potentially mean spotted, or spotted one, so basically the hellhound guarding hell is essentially Spot. Which is adorable. Although my attempt getting near to the surface got me some additional boon attention, which was interesting. It was like someone I hadn't seen before was like, hey, you might want some help. Which I'm surprised I didn't foresee that happening. It certainly makes sense. Because she's kind of responsible for winter. Although... Medic! It really is a Discord gang here. What's up? How goes? And thank you very much for the lurking. I'm just here blabbing about Hades, as you can hear. Which it really is adorable. That Kerberos pretty much might mean spotted one. Or spotted. So basically this vicious hound who essentially is supposed to guard I say hell, but I mean the afterlife in general, because, you know, they basically have the underworld essentially representing both the good and the bad, and neutral. Which is kind of interesting. But, you know, Hades was not seen as, like, you know, like, terribly bad. It wasn't until, you know, Christianization decided, hey, Hades is essentially Lucifer, because, you know, he's underground, and all that stuff. It's kind of like the Romans in the sense with the whole syncretizing sort of way, like projecting their beliefs onto a different religion. Which, you know, they're just not active anymore. Not Christianity, obviously. I mean, you know, polytheism of the Greeks and the Romans and other cultures. Because I highly doubt they were the only ones, because, you know, the Egyptians did it too. Did I? Okay, I made it around. Time to switch back to this color. Do. Come on. I just needed to get on the... Thank you. But yeah, things like that makes me want to see if I can go revisit some of the mythology. I have like 1 or 2 books on my shelf. There's one where it's like, you know, those scholastic around books where it's like all around the world these myths and blah blah blah, and I was just like, although they probably like give more generic and or basic information rather than give you full-on mythologies about them, but it's like, you know, the basic traits of them. Which I need to see which shelf that book is on. I think it might be one of my lower shelves, more than likely. Which I still need to clean those. Because I cleaned the top shelves the other day. I just haven't gotten to the lower shelves. Because it involves moving this chair and everything. In order to get to the actual books and such. Which is kind of a pain. Not impossible, just... it involves work, and I don't like it sometimes. Oh, so I finished my tea, right? Yeah, I did indeed finish the tea. Because I had my peppermint chocolate mint tea. There we go. I'm leaning towards drinking that more because the chocolate oolong chai tea is almost done and it makes me sad. Because I really love that tea. Plus, I do have the Earl Grey back there. Which I do enjoy that, but it depends on if I want, you know, the fruity flavor or not. Of the bergamot. Plus, I should probably have that sparingly, anyway. Because it's likely at least a wee bit acidic. I'm willing to suspect. Also trying to make sure I don't split that yarn. Because that is a thing that happens with this yarn. It likes to split. And I hate it. Do-do-do. Also, if you guys need me to turn up the mic, I probably do, because it's not pointing directly at my face. But that's in part because I have the light hanging off of this thing, so that's going to make that difficult. So I'm going to nudge this up a wee bit. Not terribly much. Because I can't have it all the way up, because it'll start peaking in the red. And it will not be fun sound. So I'm already trying to contemplate some changes for next year, which one or two of them I could probably wait till like literally before I come back to really implement them, but I definitely have a couple I want to fiddle about and start working on. I feel it's highly, highly warranted at this point. Plus, that's always a thing with me, because it's like after a while I usually feel like, hey, I could definitely use to have a change in my setup. Alright, there we go. Yeah, because that split. How in the bloody hell I managed to split that? Also, wait, I had changed that. Hold on, let me refresh. I realized I had changed the cap on here. So let me refresh. Okay. Why the hell did you not... It's supposed to be that one. The fuck's this? Because normally if I change it in the thing, it should change. So I might have to see about... Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that should be the link for that. Let's get that. Where is it? Properties. Yeah, I could just press the properties button. That would have been helpful. Okay, it's still the cat? I changed it to a little gingerbread man. The hell, man? Options? Oh wait, no. Collection. I'm a dumb. Yeah, I chose this one. That's weird. Let's try that again. There it is. That was weird. I didn't realize. I completely forgot because I'm so used to having the cat there. But I do change it every so often, seasonally speaking. So I forgot. That's supposed to be the wee little gingerbread man. Okay, why are you continuously waving, my dude? I was supposed to be just sitting there. At least I think so. Let's go back to where I just was. Why can't I just fix things? Collection? I swear it's not supposed to be. Whatever. It normally just sits there. Fine. Whatever. You can just say hi. Whatevs. I likely will poke at that later, because I swear it can have a thing where it's just sitting there. Instead. Also, this, every time I clean off my bookshelf, I get reminded of all the books I don't read. And then it's just like, oh yeah, I might read them sometime. Then I don't. I just feel bad. Every time. Although it's not like I've not read any of the books on this bookshelf, it's just more of, I usually don't have either the time, because I'm usually working on things. Typically. Also, let's move this down a little bit. And maybe I think I might turn up the light a little bit. Yeah, that feels a little too bright. Let's not do that. Yeah. I'll just leave it there. Because having it second tier is going to make it look completely washed out. But for me, it feels a little too dim, and I am not sure why. Do. But yeah, for the most part, this sock is pretty much stupid simple, which I very much appreciate. At least when it comes to the leg. I believe the heel is going to be slightly annoying, if memory serves. But I could be incorrect. It's been over a year, nearly 2, since I've knit these socks, so I easily could be incorrect about that. Do. Come on. There it is. Do 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 do. My only other thing is that sometimes the cup doesn't register when I change it, and it's really weird. I had changed the cup a while ago, and it does not want to take that I've chose a different cup option. Like, it's really odd. That's one of those I'll probably have to fiddle about with that in my own time. Plus, given I kind of want to do my own custom cup anyway, it's fine. Which I have an idea or two I'm gonna need to digitally sketch and see how it goes. Also, whoops, nope. That is not what I was supposed to be doing. This looks uneven. Knit 2, knit 2, purple, knit 2, purl 2. Knit 2. Oh, yep. There it is. I keep doing that. I accidentally knit or purl 3 when it's supposed to be 2 by 2 the entire time around these next couple of rounds. So I really don't get what the hell my problem is with why I keep doing that. Like, I know what the instructions are, but it's just my brain does not want to seem to cooperate. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Nope. No. 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 There it is. Yeah. Do 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 do. Nope. The one thing I'm really not looking forward to is having to deal with taxes this upcoming year, because that's gonna be a pain in the ass. Although, arguably, when are taxes not a pain in the ass? But, like, this year's already over, so that means I'm gonna probably have to start looking at that as a thing. And, you know, figure out what my expenses have been, which I've gotten some things. And pretty much all have been, like, stuff I've used on stream, so definitely there's not been, like, any frivolous spending. Dragon Rider Cat! Hello. Wait for it. Hello, hello. Let's see if Ad Purgatory has gotten you guys. Hopefully not. So I'm just gonna sit here and wait until you guys can potentially say something. I haven't done a pre-roll ad yet for today, so... There we go! Hello! How goes? Thank you for the raid. Just finished the thought so. How is your stream? Welcome everybody who came with Dragon Rider Cat. Hope your Tuesday is going well. Here working on socks. Which, this is honestly a reknit of socks I made back in, like, not even back in, like, back in 2020. When I was doing my first sock madness, this was the socks for the first round. This was the sock pattern, rather. So I'm just basically going with this also. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. I'm doing stupid things. Come on. Come on. Minor tank. I realize I didn't pearl I was supposed to. Making a tapestry crochet blanket. That sounds like a lot. Also, it sounds like you're using very thin yarn. Hopefully you're having fun with it. So what is there? Also, anybody with Dragon Rider Cats Afraid? Hello, hi. Not familiar? Read a variety caster of way too many things. Those things including knitting, as you can plainly see. Knitting, crochet, spinning, weaving, chainmail, digital personal art, and sometimes games. Which you'll definitely see quite a bit of games in the VOD. Because last week I was doing some charity stuff, so I played some games, so that was a whole thing. Definitely. I have my Discord open in the app, so I can actually take a peek at it. Whenever you get the opportunity still. I'm using Stylecraft Special DK yarn. Okay, DK. Good, I was like, tapestry had me worried, because tapestry typically, that sort of thing, would recall for thin yarn. But yeah, I've not used Stylecraft yarn, but, I think that's like Walmart? I think Walmart brand, if I am not mistaken. Da-da-da-da. I've used worsted weight for... Okay, yeah. Worsted weight's what I tend to go for with blankets. Okay, it's you... Okay, Stylecraft, that's why. I think I was thinking of something else craft, because there's, something with the word craft in there that's a Walmart brand yarn. That's, like, worsted, so that's probably where I was getting confused. But yeah, Stylecraft's UK. Alright. That is not yarn I've personally gotten to play around with. But how far have you gotten? Oh, so how big are you planning to make this blanket? Also, if you need to head off and do things, totally feel free to do so. Because that is totally cool. Because I know how it is ending stream. It's just like, I gotta go do 15 other things. Come on. Nope. There it is. Alright. I'll have to just... Yeah, that's what I thought that was. Okay, 4mm hook should be 30 by 32 inches. So, let's see, 2.5 feet. Yeah, I don't know, 5 or 6. So, 2.5 by a little over 2.5 feet, closer to 3 feet. Okay, that's a decent sized blanket. Okay, 4mm hook, that would be, that's like between an F and a G, I think. Yeah, that's like between an F and a G. Because I don't believe there's just a straight 4mm in US sizes, if I'm not mistaken. Which is annoying. Which I do want to get myself some regular cushion hooks. Plus, getting those would allow me to have like a couple more sizes I don't have. Sorry, nope, you're fine. Like, in that case, I can actually manage with the math. It's different than, say, if I were trying to, you know, figure out how to do a pattern. Also, uh-oh. Did I do something wrong? Okay, no. I was about to do something wrong, though. Some use Baby Link as a wall hang. I've used 4 weight, and it was a bit over 4x4. So yeah. Worsted weight tends to grow a bit quicker because it's thicker, so that makes sense. Which is also kind of why I prefer using worsted weight for blankets, because that you don't have to use, like, a ton of it. I mean, unless you're gonna do, like, say, a queen size, which I have done a queen size blanket. Not my jam. Ow. Bit myself in the mouth. Ow. I need to stop doing that. That actually hurts slightly. Also, I'm gonna wait till whenever you can plan on posting it in the Discord, so I can see what kind of colors you're working with here. Using this as a wall hanging, as I don't want it to be heavy. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, if you're gonna hang it on the wall, it's better to use lighter, thinner yarn. For warm, yeah. Usually don't need thicker blankets for the warm seasons. So that makes absolutely utter sense. DK tends to be a weight I don't use terribly often. But it's a nice weight when you don't want to use actual full-on thick worsted, but you don't want to use fingering weight either. Which I tend to exist in either one of those. It's like either fingering weight or worsted. Most of the times not in between those two. Yep, that is a Discord. Come on. Jazzy! Hello. How goes? How is your Tuesday going? I'm just here with some socks. As part of, yeah, I know. Everybody is a part of a ton of Discord, so I get trying to make sure that you're in the right Discord. I get that completely. Alright, so... Oh, that is gorgeous. Holy... Oh my god. That is lovely. I love those colors for the background. Holy... That is absolutely gorgeous. You mind if I share it here? The link to the picture here in the channel. But yeah, that is absolutely, utterly gorgeous. Holy crap. Alright, let's make sure. Okay, that's the actual image. Yay. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, but especially with crochet, being able to make pictures like that is absolutely stupid gorgeous. Like, it kind of reminds me of Grafgans in that way. Yeah, like, probably is, like, in the within the realm of a Grafgan, where, you kind of plot out, like, where you do your colors, but except, you're using single crochet rather than using, corner to corner where you're plotting by square. But yeah, I really, really love this. I'm just gonna keep staring at that all day. Yeah, I was just like, woof. Like, Dragon Cat makes some pretty stuff, so I shouldn't be surprised, but yeah, I absolutely love that a ton. So you can check out our page. Let's see. Let me double check that you can put links in here, and you can throw the link in. Users. Where the hell? Oh, I'm staring at that right there. Last scene. Yeah, okay, yeah, you are a regular. Cool. Yeah, feel free to throw in a link. I thought I already had, but I wasn't fully sure. So I'll just be staring at that later. But yeah, blankets are one of those things I don't do terribly often. Just because, A, it's a lot of work. Also, that explains why that it's, 30 by 32. Because you needed the extra 2 inches of space there. Come on. There you go. Alright, Ravelry, okay. For anybody who can't get into Ravelry, totally, oh, wow. Wow. These are pretty cool. This is the sort of stuff you could, figure out via Stitch Fiddle, or whatever the case may have you. Also, you'd be able to change the colors if you'd like, but yeah, that is... Wow, these are really pretty. I'm definitely gonna be able to follow this at some point. Yeah, I'll probably follow that later. I have like 20 pages open. I've done the Mandala Madness. Which one's that? Mandala. Snowflake, which I like the Snowflake one a lot. Dream, Hummingbird. Hold on. Okay, not seeing it here, but given the writing's a little bit tiny, I suspect I'm not seeing it. I could post her. I don't use Facebook, so that's good too. Oh, okay, that's pretty. Yeah, I've seen mandalas, so I figured what it would be like, because those are absolutely pretty. Also, I know I am past the hour-long point, so I'm just going to quickly do this side of this sock and take my break. I'm trying not to run over terribly long. I need to wash some dishes and then stretch and all that. Also, I think... Oh, my water bottle's over there. Okay. I was like, I don't think I need to get more water. I should have some water. But I have my teacup sitting here, but so that requires me washing. The gal that... Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I'm not blind, I hope. I really am not blind. But yeah, those are really pretty. Yeah, so if Ravelry is not for you, definitely see if you can try some stuff on Facebook. Because, it'd be Very much a hard time for some people to use Ravelry right now. So I almost never go on there at this point. Come on, you can do it. That's the awesome. Thank you for linking. Let's see. Do. Alright, and there it is. Alright, how many? I think 2 more rounds? Yeah. 1 more of the knit 2, purl 2, then knit all the way around, and then start doing this, which 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's like 1.5 more of these until I'm done with the leg, which I'm hoping to finish with the leg today, and then see about the rest of the... see about the heel and such. But yeah, I'm gonna go take my break. I'll be back in about the usual 10 minutes. Given I have my headset plugged in here. There it is. Alright. So now we are all set here. Yeah. This is the beginning of the round, so likely it's gonna be a... Oh, let's nudge this back here. What did I say? I think I said it was 1 more 2x2 round, and then, yeah, 1 more 2x2 round, then knit all the way around, and then do the thing. Do. Yep. Yes, he got lunch. Do. Let's see. Also, I hope you guys enjoyed that break. I managed to fiddle around with a couple of things, which also why it took me slightly longer than 10 minutes. But the jar refuses to fix. And I don't know why, it's weird. Because I changed which jar it was, but the pick does not seem to want to register. I'm not sure what the problem is. I even changed the link. So yeah, I'm not sure why. I might have to see about getting rid of the thing and then putting it back. Although honestly, it is not like the hugest of deals that I can't switch around what cup it is, but it's more of a mild inconvenience. Or annoyance. Yeah, annoyance is more of the term I'm going for. You do have to... Yeah, that makes sense. Plus, that's pretty big for blocking, but... Yeah, I could see that definitely being something you'll need to do. Especially with it being, you know, single crochet the entire way through. You can get blocking mats there for knitting crochet on the floor. Yeah, I have a couple of those because it's usually cheaper to get them for, like, you know, kids play mats. Like, if you're gonna look for mats, it's better to look for those better than to look for actual just for knit and crochet, because they tend to be a bit more expensive if you're looking for specifically ones for like blocking your projects, because they're pretty much the same thing. So yeah, that is a thing. Oh wait, yeah, I was supposed to knit this round. Whoops. I didn't think I got this round done. Whee! Let's try it again. I've gotten the ones for knitting. Fair, if you're trying to block to a certain measurement. That makes utter sense. Although arguably you could just do, like, you know, say, get some permanent marker and like a ruler and like do some lines on your own if you need that sort of thing. And it'll do the job just as easily. Like, do it on one side, and then if you don't need, like, for that bit, you can always flip it over the other way and just use it for larger blocking. Because the only time I've blocked was one of my lace shawls. Because especially with lace shawls, you usually need to block. But sometimes I'm like, fair. That is very much fair. Sometimes you don't want to do the thing. So it's easier to have the stuff already done. So I do not blame you for that. There it is. So I keep wanting to purl even though this is an all knit round. I need to stop doing that. I'll pay the extra. Fair. Sometimes it's just easier to just be like, fine, I will fork over the money so I have to do this bit. Nope, nope. Come on. There it is. Nope. No splitting stitches. So let's make sure I didn't purl any of these. Okay, good. Do 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 do. Just making sure I'm trying not to purl when I'm not supposed to. Do 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 do. All right. Can you keep it down? All right. Come on. And yeah, this is the part where it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing just because there it is. Yarn's a wee bit dark. Well, this is the sort of thing you really need the contrast for, so it's a bit of a catch-22 there. Come on. Yeah, come on. Mother. I always hate when I do that and knit and the stitch just goes right off the needle. Especially given this yarn is inclined to split at times, thus making it more annoying to pick it back up. Umbrella look high, and it was until I fixed it, so. But how goes? How is your Tuesday going? I'm gonna zero at socks because I could not bear to not have socks on my needles, because that is a thing. Are we? Yeah. No. There it is. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Hold on. I think I did something wrong. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then why do you look weird? Yeah, I think I pulled that one wrong. Let me go back. Okay, let's pull that out, pull that back up, and then get this stupid stitch to do the thing. Come on. My watch is pinging me because I have a Discord notification and I didn't check it, so it's like after a while the ping will go to my phone. No. Why are we like this? Why are you not doing what I want you to do? Please. There. The hell was that about? Well, actually, I know what the hell that was about. That was about my yarn being slightly splitty. Plus, when trying to re-pick up a stitch like that, it's want to not cooperate. And I very much hate it. Acting like I'm working. Isn't that the way? 2.5 hours to go. Oh no, I have to have some reason. Oh, that sucks. I'd probably want to punt someone if that were me. Not all at once, about 1.5 in the first and 2.5 I mean, improvement at least. Hour and 15 minutes and 24 hours. No. That would not work. I'm sorry you're not sleeping. You know why? Or things just being an ass? I got pinned here. Okay, why are we not? Okay. I'd like to see where my mouse go. Okay, is this? Hold on. Uh-oh. Am I gonna need to recharge this thing? I probably am. It's been a while since I last recharged this mouse. Let's see. Turn it to the Bluetooth side. I want to see how much charge this is. Oh, that explains why. This mouse has 1% charge. Cool. Do I have anything I could charge it with right here? No? It's fine. I could just recharge it later. Nee. That is always a thing. I sometimes forget. Karma, oh, I'm sorry. I laugh, but yeah, I've done at least a day with 2 hours sleep, but I am very pissy if I don't get my sleep. Like, if I don't get at least 6 hours, I very much am not palatable to be around, so I understand wanting normal amount of sleep. Of course, I'm the same person. I'll sometimes stay up till nearly 3 a.m. Even though I know better. It's like, it'll be fine. Even though I wake up pretty much at about 8 a.m. every single morning. Like, without fail. I really wish my body would stop doing that, but it seems bound and determined that 8 a.m. is the best time and the only time I should be awake. I mean, unless it's like I'm ridiculously tired and then it's like maybe 9. But that's the most leeway I've gotten in years. It's annoying, but at least it means I'm up at a normal to reasonable time. So there's that. Okay, yay, not just me. Although arguably I feel like anybody who doesn't sleep well either is like trouble concentrating or highly ill-tempered are usually the ways you'll go about it. One or the other. Alright, come on, you can do the thing. There it is. And then I think one more of these and then all the way timed up pearl for the next round. Ooh! Oh, it's fitting my Capamon is a gingerbread man then. I changed it for this week, given we're at Christmas. I have a reindeer Capamon too. But yeah, I like that gingerbread man. I would couple pretty much all the free ones currently. +10 years. Don't sleep anywhere. Naps, no matter unless I want some good 2 hours at a time. No. How do you live, man? No. I could not. I absolutely could not. That would drive me nuts. I presume you've gotten the prerequisite, hey, what's this going on here? Sort of thing, so I'm guessing they've said everything is normal, so... Pearl around. I believe this should be the last repeat, because it's basically a repeat of 16 rounds. So... uh-oh. I was like, why is there a gap? Oh, must have not pulled it. But yes, getting back to your very haphazard sleep schedule. I couldn't do that for a week, let alone 10 years. Just how? Sub-ulcers other than supposed to curb that. That's weird. Yeah. I'm like, if you have a CPAP machine, that's supposed to make that not be a thing. So the fact that that's persisting either means A, it's not doing its job, or something else is the issue. Like, that would be my personal line of thinking. Also, obviously, I'm gonna say this cover my ass. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, not a medical professional, not giving medical advice in any way, but yeah, that would be my line of thinking. That, hey, either this CPAP machine is not doing its job, or, might need to look elsewhere. Those are the only things that would personally track. Also, I will not take my 6 hours of sleep for granted again. At this rate, definitely will not. I really would like to make that thing stop waving, but there's no way I could personally see that doing that right now. Let me refresh and see if I can make that stop doing that. Because I swear it's supposed to just stand there and not supposed to be like, the hell? Why is that not? This is strange. I'd use the mouse, but the mouse is not connected. The mouse needs a charge, so... Alright, yeah. Okay, it's not there. Why can't it select anything? That's really strange. What the hell? I'll leave it alone for now, but that's supposed to be able to select things. And I mean the wireless one, not the wireless one, the mouse pad. Alright, let's see. Okay, that's really weird. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna need to have to plug this in somewhere. Which I do not have any USB ports free and available to do that, so let me get up here. Find this thing here. Let's see. I think this is for the watch. Plug that out. Oop. Let's not do that. Nearly set my bobbin tumbling down here. Grab this. And then see if I can get that to do the thing. There it is. Alright, so I'm gonna let that charge for how long we have. Oh, like 10 minutes. That's great. I should have looked for that earlier. Oops. Oh well. Yeah, that's weird. The mouse is not doing the thing at all. And it's not like everything else is not functioning either, so... I don't understand. Also, pre-rolls are back to being on, so anybody gets bombarded by ads. Sorry. Also, hold on. While I have you here, Umber Hulk, let me double check. Did you get gifted a sub the other day? Yes, you did. Can I get a color from you? So I can make you a sub square? Because you were part of the 10 sub gift sub bomb. So, yeah, definitely feel free to give me a color, which, if you want, you can do exclamation point colors and it'll give you a Google Drive link. So you can check out all your color options and feel free to tell me which color you want here. That's not something you need to do immediately, but I just remembered. Also, I've been using the mouse on the laptop more, so I think that might be why I forgot to charge my stupid Bluetooth mouse, which it's not stupid, it's just more of, I can't believe I forgot to charge it. Because when it's connected to the dongle thing, it doesn't tell you when the battery's low. It's only in Bluetooth mode when it tells you that. So you can only tell if it's like flashing red in the multicolor part. Like if you see a little flashing of red and it's like, oh, that means it needs to charge. Cool. Alright, so come back here. Knit, how much time? Oh, so speaking of things I need to clean, I should probably get my dust cloth and wipe off these goddamn glasses. Because I have not done that in a bit, and I think that is something I need to do. Because they're starting to look a little musty. It's difficult for me to see out of them, but it's like the way they're looking looks like it needs to get cleaned off at least a little bit. Nope. Come on. Alright, let's see. How many repeats I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Depending on how my speed is for this last hour, I might get this leg done today, barring any weirdness. But you know, that is asking for weirdness to happen. Also, let's turn up the cooling pad because the laptop's making sounds. I really do need to take a tally of how many squares I need to do. So next time I see All Crafty around, I need to poke them about their address so I can send them sticker. Because they also got gifted subs. And then maybe after stream I'll likely need to put in everybody who got currency, because a good chunk of the people got currency. 7. Which was very much helpful, because I could have gone pretty much the way of everybody getting extra squares, and I probably would have cried. So I'm stupid behind on that. So let me check off that Nolan got his sticker to make sure not to worry about that. Anything else? Yes, that too. That also happened. Jane. Yeah, I sent that off too, so that's fine. And yeah, I sent off that. Yeah, I'm marking off stuff I've done in here because I want to make sure. I want to make sure I have my ducks in a row. Which is why I write things down in the first place, because I would never be able to remember all that. Which is a good problem to have. But I have a feeling during this break here, I'm likely gonna need to do some catching up on squares. Which that's fine, with no new squares coming in. Which will at least help that out. Ba-da-da-da. Come on. Please don't split. Alright, have we... Okay, no, not again. Alright, time to knit 2, purl 2 for a couple of rounds. So I got that bit set up here. Nah, come on. Alright. Also, I realized when I sent Nolan the stuff and the things, I forgot one pin. So I'm likely gonna need to put that pin whenever I next send him anything, which that's likely gonna be birthday socks, which I have until May, so I am pretty good in that regard. I need to buy some yarn. Or I could spin some yarn. I certainly have many options to choose from in yarn to spin. Because I have some purple targi I've been meaning to spin at some point, but I need to finish the silk first before I even think about doing that. Because I haven't touched that since the last time I streamed. So I'm gonna need to deal with that, and then also let's start with that targi. Or, if I really do want to, I could do that on my Turkish spindle. Like, at least start it on my Turkish spindle. Because I do enjoy spinning on it, but it's more of the fact that spinning on my Turkish spindle takes a little while longer. Also, it's a bit lengthier of a process in the sense that, obviously, it goes a bit slower than if I'm doing it on said wheel. Especially given Targi's one of those things, you kind of need a bit more twist to it. Because if I recall, Targi, I think, is like a short staple fiber. So, you're gonna need a bit more twist to make sure that stays together. Compared to like a longer staple fiber, where you don't need as much twist to it. So I'm hoping a bit of spinning in my 2022. We will see. Also, oh, I was like, did I do something wrong? Alright, so let me see if I can do the thing. Let this charge for 10 minutes. So it should be able to do something for a brief interim of time. Let's see. Okay, it's still gonna do that. Okay. Yeah. Alright, let me do one more round of this, and then I'm gonna go take my break. Because we're apparently past the 2-hour mark already, which is kind of insane. Can't believe that happened already. Also, yeah, I'm like way out of frame here. My bad. Just stop doing that. Oops. Yeah. Come on. There it is. Really need to stop doing that. I really am hoping I have enough of this yarn for both socks, but if I don't, I have a backup plan because I have like a grayish colorway called Fog Bank that is basically this except like various shades of gray. So I'm gonna probably use that for the main color for the second sock if I don't happen to have enough of this to get me through both socks. So I'm pretty much fine either way. I'll still have the purple be the contrasting color that we've got going on here. So basically it's gonna be like the solid mismatching socks again, except it's gonna be more of gradients. Plus, since this does have like bits of gray in there, it should work out. So that very much helps matters. Yeah, very much gonna be seeing if I can get a yarn similar to this, because I know there are options enough out there, so that's the thing. Might wait till my birthday next year to see about getting some of that. Because I have some things I need to stock up on, like chainmail rings. So I have a couple of colors I need to get in the anodized aluminum because I'm slightly short on. Which I'm especially mindful of those given the whole like salves chainmail stitch markers, which the pre-made ones, just to note, I'm going to be taking those apart, so once the listing disappears, I'm gonna alter some colors and then put the listing back up and see how it goes. So that's mainly because the colors that are there have been sitting there for a bit, so I'm just like, it is probably a better idea to do some changes and see if those sell much better. Especially helps I have a bunch of different color options. I would get more colors, but I would need more container storage, which that's not a thing right now, so that's gonna have to wait. Alright, so as you can see, slightly more sock. More sock exists, so I'm gonna go take my break. My hands are freezing because I'm sitting here. I'm gonna go take my break. I'll be back in about my usual 10 minutes or so. So I'll be back. Definitely feel free to get up and stretch and so on and so forth. And I will see you guys then. Feel free to play the Plinker or the Drop game, both available on their Be Right Back screen. Hello! Hi! Also, let's see. Okay, mouse likes me. Let me put this back to charge. Because this is like literally at 1% earlier. But the mouse on my laptop, like the pad, really? But yeah, thank you again for that resub for 50 months. Which, anybody who doesn't know, Keldar is my longest running sub here. So, let me get you written down here. As my sub list continues to grow. Okay. Actually, not bad handwriting. Aw. Also, I should actually spin the wheel. Oh, that means turning the mouth back on. I have it done. Yeah. Let's go this way. To the face. You'll need a nest with that. There you go. Alright. Let's see what you get. It'd be hilarious if you get another sticker. It's like I just sent you that one, but that's the point of having stamps. Where are we? There am I. Speaking of, I called it. Which, I sent you a heart one, so since Jane sent me more stickers the other day, do you want a sparkly donut or sparkly pink heart? Which, yeah, one of these. Sparkly heart or sparkly donut? Alright, so let's hide that. Heart. Got it! Sounds good. Let's see. Holographic sticker. Okay, neon. Alright. Neon. Thank you. Alright. That cleans up everything nicely. And okay, that keeps us at 19. This is my first. Really? Oh wait, was it non-holographic you got last time? Yeah, it was non-holographic. Yeah, I figured you meant sticker. You're fine. Alright, let's hide this wheel. But seriously, thank you for that resub. As you can see, this is literally from here on has been going what I had to do since Friday? I got 2. Okay. I swear I've sent you a holographic one, but I'm apparently incorrect. Alright, cool. So I sent out a couple of those at least. Which I'm thinking of a new design, because Genuine prints those stickers for me that I just showed you. So, on times, you know, when she wants a sticker, I'm just like, I think I want to have at least a second option. So, I'm gonna see about doodling some design and then getting that printed via probably sticker app. And see how that goes. That's gonna definitely be after Christmas. I need to sit down and doodle. I could probably doodle a llama or something. Or a sheep. A more realistic sheep. Although I don't think I have any sheep stickers right now that I've printed, so having a sheep one is probably also a nice idea to go with my sheep theme emotes. But yeah, how goes your workday? I know you said it's pretty much chill because it's almost Christmas. Also, I'm basically reknitting, as Stringtail says, I'm reknitting these. I call these my discontinued socks because the main colors, the mint and this blue topaz, these are both discontinued colors from Knitpick / We Crochet. So, yeah, that's a thing. And I've continued the tradition with more discontinued yarn, so there's that. And the newspaper's interviewing everybody. Wow. I mean, it also makes sense because, you know, nice holiday piece. You know, 'tis the season of giving and such. So that I completely understand. And honestly kind of expect at this point also. I'm gonna quickly adjust this just a wee bit because this is hanging out over here. I should have moved this earlier. That's my fault. Whoopsie. And then I'm gonna have this charge. So I'm stuck here until it's over. Because one of the guests wants to unwrap presents with me and the boss. No. That's sweet, but having to wait till everything's over is kind of a pain. Okay, why are we not? Yes, I saw you glowing, but it doesn't feel like the... Okay, good. There. So that's gonna charge. Till I'm done and then let that go on again. It is a good thing I have that wireless mouse, or the whole mouse thing not working would definitely be a problem. So it legitimately refuses to press in on places like, hey, if I had tapped the thing to mute the mic, it doesn't work. Like, the tapping thing is not sensing anything, period. But if I go down here, you can click certain things. Oh, it won't now, but it was doing it before, so yeah. Something's going on and I'm probably gonna need to restart the computer. It's really weird. Because it was working this morning. I used it earlier, so that's really weird. If my wireless mouse were on, I'd understand. Yeah, this is not a problem I've encountered before. At all. So this is really, really strange. So the plan is, I think I had mentioned this from the top of the stream, but I'm planning to do 2 giveaways. One for that very, very smashed bit goal, and the other for... what was it? No, I did the one for the thing. Oh, because we hit 1K. There we go. And follows. So I'm planning to do both of those on Friday, so if anybody, wants to participate in that, you have been forewarned, for lack of a better term. Which I figured Friday would be the most likely people would possibly pop up. Although I imagine a good chunk of people are already traveling because Christmas is on the way, so they're gonna hang out with their families. So we'll see how that goes. There's a child reading bad jokes to me. Aw. Now you're good. I missed all that. Now I was just chattering on about giveaways and stuff, because I'm planning to do giveaways on Friday, but I'm not sure how much of a presence there will be around here in chat, because everyone's gonna be, doing the get-together with family things. Or at least a good chunk of people are, at this point, that I know of. So there's that. I'll make my mom's Christmas lock-in. Aw. But yeah, I highly doubt the typical is gonna get smashed by Friday. We're all gifted pajamas and not allowed to leave for 2 days. I figured the locked-in part, not allowed to leave for a certain period. No, pajamas! I like pajamas. Pajamas are definitely my thing. I need to get more random pajama tops. Because I have a stupid amount of pajama bottoms. Like some sets, but some loose, just bottoms, so that's a thing. And it's more easier to find random bottoms rather than, random pajama tops by their lonesome, so it's annoying. It's a high love man here. Aww. It sounds like you all are gonna have a lovely time. I presume it's not gonna be a huge gathering, and I presume everybody, has gotten all the health and safety stuff covered beforehand. Given the latest things and stuff going on, so. I figured you got all those bases covered. Come on. I'm gonna focus on having a good year to the end. Yeah. Yes, you can. I was so confused the past couple of days until you explained it, which I kind of get it. Yeah, I was like, there's like the goats part, and I'm just like, what? What about goat? Why? What's happening? Help? Yeah, I was just highly and utterly confused. Alright, I think, do I need another round or is it knit round next? Yes, knit round next. Yay! And then we'll do next thing. Alright, I might be able to get this done today. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reread what you said about that, because my brain is coming up blank on what that's supposed to mean, but it's like, I think it's like good luck or something. That the goat has not burned. That has burned. Words. Sorry, my hands are like out there. And it's like they should be about here. Art thing is weird. Yes, that part I vaguely recalled. As a holiday decoration. Okay. They don't want it to burn. So basically, yeah, I remember saying that there's like a streak, like at one point of like 14 years where it didn't burn. But it's made of straw. Yeah, that kind of defeats the purpose of not wanting it to burn. That's like almost asking for it to get burned. It's made of straw. In 66. Alright, it burned. Okay, yeah. That's just extra loop that caught on my needle. It has only escaped death 14. Okay, so it's basically a very, very high chance of burning, is essentially what you're telling me. Oh boy. This kind of feels like, until 2016. But yeah, the way that sounds, it's like, hey, this thing is likely to end up getting burned. It feels like a case of, what's its face? Insanity, in the sense of doing the same thing, expecting a different result. I mean, honestly, they've been proven right a couple of times, but for the most part, it has burned. So it feels like a bit like you're putting an effort in something you know it's gonna get burnt to the ground. Essentially. And now we're thinking it's a what? Run that by me? A who now? And it must be burnt. Although I could Google that later. So you don't have to explain. But yeah, what? Ah, come on. Yeah, dropped off the needle. Nope. Mother. Hi, I would like the stitch to stay on the needle, please. Thanks. The hell is that sound outside? It sounds like power tools. My dad must be outside doing something. Big straw effigy with a person burning. To start. Ah, okay. 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 So basically, like, you know, to a degree, kind of like Groundhog Day, so it's like a customary thing. Alright. Good. Thank you for explaining. I could not recall a goddamn thing on the matter. Even though I easily could have Googled, I just hadn't had a chance to Google what in tarnation any of that was about. Also, my foot fell asleep because I had an awkward position. Why am I like this? I always do this and then pay for it. I swear. I always prefer sitting in weird positions and it's just like, why is my foot asleep? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because you're sitting weird. Just a thought. Okay, that is indeed power tool sound I heard. Alright, cool. So, might go a little bit over to finish the leg, because I do just want to finish the leg for today. So if I'm not finished at normal time, I could probably stand to hang out like a wee bit longer and then do the thing. No worries, you're fine. Random blabbing, nothing important. Ow. Whoops. Headphones nudged against the thing. Whoopsie. My bad. So I leaned in way too close because I was trying to see the stitch. Because again, this purple is like definitely on the dark side. So it is very hard to see sometimes. Even though it sparkles, it's somewhat difficult to see and spot. So I'm just like... And especially doesn't help that these glasses are for far away so I can see chat, but trying to see anything near. Yeah, my bad. Because I was trying to like see like if I'm picking up the right area of the stitch. So I was like leaning really close in. Come on, where is it? Uh-oh, no, no. We will not be splitting, please and thank you. We don't allow that here. Unless I don't notice. That's a whole nother thing altogether. Alright, let's go. Come on. There it is. This. It goes on and on, my friends. I live here. I'm sorry, it won't end. How long has this interview been going on? Sounds like it's been a while. I hope you brought your charger. Okay, hold on. Since 2. Oh, that's a problem. Hold on. Yeah, I can't see. How this be dark. So I need to turn up this light a bit. Which is gonna wash out the colors like hell for you guys, but I apologize. It's either that or I'm just shoving my face into the project the entire time. There it is. What? What happened? I'm confused. Help. Oh, wait, sorry. My brain is like a goldfish when I stream. Something that comes out of my mouth and I'm just like... Is washing out your... Yeah. I had to turn up the brightness, that's why. Because it is very hard to see. So basically it's gonna wash out all the color on this cam. Including my hands. Which I'll turn it back down once I finish this. But it's just very hard to see right now. So I was like, you know what? F it. I am just gonna turn up the light and deal with the consequences. It's fine. This is fine. Okay, why are we doing this? There it is. Yeah. I'll be done soon, and it'll no longer look weird for the moment. Like, if outside were brighter, this would not be an issue, but I'm relying mainly on the little lamp that could right now. So, yeah. This is life right now. Like, if this were not so dark, I wouldn't need to turn it up, but... no, it's just overcast a bit. Although I think they said it projected rain. I would have to check. But I know they definitely at least projected some rain. At some point this week, if I believe. But I haven't been checking as much because I don't have any need to be outside. So... not that relevant to me for this week. Come on. Let's see. Three. The thing is, I would probably have to adjust the colors on the camera settings to make it not look washed out. And there's no real point, given it's gonna be temporary. Come on. You can do it. Also, yeah. So I just realized you meant that, you know, I was looking white, which, yeah, kinda do. With this level of brightness going on. There it is. Alright, we should be all good. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Alright, so I can turn those. I have to go through the cycles. There it is. Ta-da! Alright, things are back to normal. Until I have to do this again in like 7 more rounds. That should be the last time I need to do that for this leg. That's why I quickly cycled through them. I really do wish that I didn't have to press the thing every single time to cycle through all the modes. But I got this LED lamp for like 16 bucks on Amazon, so it was a pretty good buy. But I'm replacing it because I literally have it propped against the mic to keep it at an angle that's not blinding me in the face. Because the hinge has stopped doing what it's supposed to do, period. So I'm basically getting one of those gooseneck ones, so I don't have to worry about that again. But yeah, brightness quality, this one is like really A+. Like, that part I still have no problem with. So I might keep this for, like, you know, photo lighting and stuff, so it still has use. Although I think the cord is one of those things I need to replace at some point. But I don't know how much in, you know, millimeters the jack is, so that's another reason why I'm just like, I might have to just toss it. One of the guests has been on it, and now his kid is... Oh no! That's terrifying! That is bloody terrifying. Especially now. I know, hopefully it's more than likely not the thing, but yeah. That's always one of those... Ah, crap. Especially this past 2 years, almost. Come on. But I'm guessing that's like really bad, like hacking cough level bad. Also, my throat is ridiculously dry. I had to grab some water. Because I'm talking, it's just like, I can feel it be dry as absolute fuck right now. I didn't drink any water during the break because I forgot. Plus, I've been kind of bad at having water today, so... Also a good reason. That's good. Also, I swallowed a bit too hard that one time. Ow! That hurt. Oh, we should be fine. Alright, pearl this other side. It's kind of funny, this yarn is so dark I have no problem purling. It's just having to pick up the stupid stitch is my problem here. Also, I think I might see about turning it this way. Yeah, it's better. Honestly. One of those things I might do Seeing if I maybe could have like a light behind me to help even out these shadows, so it's like, or at least a light at a different angle somewhere. And the phone keeps ringing. It goes on my own, but it goes on and all my friends. Aaron, but so no. Yeah, that's why I don't do earbuds. But that's just me. Because things like those AirPods don't appeal to me because I would lose those in 5 bloody seconds. Like, it'd be gone and I'd be like, I'm out of $100 and some odd a thing. Like, nope. No thanks. Cool. I mean, smaller. Ah, okay, that's fair too. If it's not fitting properly, it's just going to continue to do that. I have tiny ear holes. For me, it's the regular size that they have put in there. That works for me out the box. That's just me. Which helps, so I don't have to change them. Alright, and there we go. Alright, so knit round, yes. Knit round. Wait. Oh, no. I did it wrong. Yeah, these should not be matching up like this. Fucking hell. They're supposed to mismatch. I like a dumbass did it the wrong way. Alright. Time for me to start tanking. And also that means I'm gonna have to turn the light a little bit brighter once I'm past this round, maybe. Yep. Indeed, tanking time. Cause I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't look right. They're supposed to be offset. Because they are supposed to be offset. I just lined them up like a dummy. And didn't notice. But at least I didn't get far. Ah, I heard the sound. Did it show up? I should have that there, so I probably missed it. It flashed. Okay, yay! Just want to make sure. I'm like, I know I have that stuff on that screen, so it should be fine. Eh. Do. I imagine this is a weird way to see anybody tink. Was that a possibly? This is the second time a plane passed overhead. And like the first time it was close enough that a mic really picked it up and I was just like, oh, okay, cool. It was, yeah. That's been happening. Not frequently, but it's been happening. Plus, you know where I am. You should not be surprised you hear planes. And there's another one. Although that's not picking up as much. Alright. Save that phone battery. I appreciate you for the chatting and the free sub. Have a good rest of your afternoon/evening, and hopefully you'll be able to escape soon enough. Thank you. Come on. There it is. I'll have to... Noted. I have to tank because I missed a thing. But at least I noticed now rather than later. Because I would have screamed if I noticed I'd effed up like 10 rounds later. Ugh. Come on. Alright, so then I need to unknit and then redo the thing. Come on. Alright, almost done undoing this purl round. Tinking is where I'm a bit slow for anybody watching. But luckily I don't have that far to untink, which helps. Especially given this is 64 stitches. If this were like serious color work where it's like 80 some odd stitches, or lace or something, I'd be very infuriated right now, to put it mildly. Alrighty. So, time for me to not accidentally pull the needle outside of the wrong half of this thing, which, if anybody's wondering why I'm decreasing, as you can see how this goes, they're supposed to be offset from each other, but I, like a dummy, picked up in the exact same spot for 2 repeats of that bit, so that's gonna be something I need to rectify right now, which I know it's almost the 3-hour mark, so I'm just gonna hang out here and do some overtime till I get to where I want to be. Because I will finish the sock lid, so help me. Also, it helps that there's not much in the way of difficulty. Come on. Although I am gonna likely have to turn the light on a little bit brighter again. Oops. No. You will not do that. Stitches will not be lost here. Da-da-da-da. Also, I just love this like chill background music, and I'm just like, God damn this thing. Alright. Alright. Also, I'm really shocked I hadn't noticed when I was doing it that it was off. I think because my brain had gotten into the rhythm of things. Likely. Come on, please. There it is. It'd probably be a smart idea to take a break, but I don't think I'll take terribly long. At most, maybe another half hour. But we'll see. No guarantees. Just depends on if I do anything else like that. Hopefully not, but you know, certainly not outside of the question. Also, I just nudged the camera again. Oopsie. Alright, pick that up. Alright, we are almost done one side of the round, having to tink it. Alright, so other side. Come on, please go through. Well, not through, but get to where I need you to be. And then, because I'm supposed to pick up from the beginning and then such. Jane! Hello. Yeah, indeed, although I'm tinking because I did a thing incorrectly. I was not supposed to pick up there. How goes? I know you're off from school stuff and things. How's your day been so far? Staying a little bit longer because I want to finish this sock leg, which I have about like 9 or 10 rounds left. You just have to redo this round, and then I'd say do one more repeat. Well, do the latter half of this repeat and then we'll be done. But yeah, it felt weird to not have socks on my needles. Like, it's one of those things I almost constantly need a pair of socks on my needles. It's weird for that not being a thing. There it is. Come on. I just need you to not do that, and we'll be fine. There it is. Like scrunch down a weird amount. Also, I'm gonna probably have to put this light a little bit brighter than what I do. How are you? Not bad, not much as of today. Looks cloudy. Yeah, it's a bit dark. It's been pretty much dark. That's why I've had to have this on partially anyway. I don't know if it's supposed to rain today or what. I think it's just gonna be cloudy. Yeah, pretty much uneventful. Come on. There it is. Almost there, and then I can get back to what the heck I was doing before I so rudely interrupted myself. Also, Kildare won one of the stickers, so I get to send out one of the holographic stickers you sent over. Come on, come on. Alright, and then we go from here. I have to pick from the start here. There we go. Alright, and Stupid Bright once again. Yeah, because the yarn's pretty dark, so I have to turn on the light to see if I pick up the right area of stitches. So I'm not like just constantly shoving my face into this thing. But yeah, I'm hoping to have enough of main color, which this is more Chroma Twist, so I have this in like a small ball of it. So I'm hoping I have enough of that to make a pair of these. If not, I do have a backup plan. Because I have 2 ounces of Fog Bank, more Chroma Twist. So I could do that to be the other sock, so basically have it like these in the whole, you know, fraternal sock business, which, man, this mint looks almost white in this lighting. Jeez. Because I hadn't set it to pick it up at this brightness level, so everything's just washed out to hell. But it's super sparkly. You're definitely able to pick up the sparkles a bit more. Come on. I need you to go through the thing. No, it's twisted. Let's try that again. There it is. Nope, 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 nope. Please no splitting. I don't have time for splitting today. Is the... Yep. This is my bit of that, you know, short-lived stroll glimmer yarn. I use that every so often in accents for things and colorwork stuff. Because I tend to not like to have, you know, like, glittery stuff be the main focus of any wearables I have. Because that's just not a thing for me. But as an accent, it's nice. But yeah, I should be able to have enough of this to get through both socks, I'm hoping. Because literally, as the intricate cover bit is basically all I use the contrasting color for. So it should definitely suffice to get through this. Also, oh no, I picked that up when I shouldn't have. Yeah, right there. That was not necessary. Come on, get through there. And then... Oh, also, did you get package? You might not have yet. I should really check that tracking number. Because I sent you stuff. Yeah, that definitely should, if not almost there, be there about now. Because I sent it the same day I sent the bracelet and stuff. I'll check. Alrighty, no worries. So I was like, the mail can't be going that slowly. I mean, arguably it could because... yeah. It took like 3 days to get out of here when I was checking. The one with the socks and the chainmail and such things, which that one weighed to 7 ounces. Because you're limited to 1 pound when it comes to first class. So, I think that's the heftiest first class package I've sent ever. I've given up on, oh no, it might pop it in at some point. So I have a feeling, you know, given everything has kind of come through to chaos at this point, more than likely, they might show up at, like, you know, sometime in January. Worst case scenario. Alright, and other side here. I'll have to turn the light back down again. Oops. I keep nudging this thing with my headphones. Come on. You can do it. I need you to do the thing for me. Whoops. Come on. 1, 2, yeah. Nope. I honestly would have used Drawing Room, which is like pastels, greens, blues, and purples for this. If I thought I had enough for at least 1 sock, but I was not sure that would work out. So that would have worked beautifully for this too. Because the way having the color change yarn with this, like this, kind of reminds me of mermaid scales, which you can't see the colors accurately. Because they are washed out to hell right now. But yeah, definitely looking for chroma twist alternatives. Come on. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, that shouldn't be like that. Okay. Also, let's see. Yes, things are right to where they're supposed to be. Awesome. And... alright, I think that's the last one. Yeah. So I can turn this light back down. Although, if the card is gone into the mailing black hole, I really am sorry about that, because that really sucks, because you definitely put a good chunk of time into doing stuff like that. Plus, it always sucks to have your mail go missing. Also, I was thinking about doing another pre-roll ad, but I don't think I'm gonna take that long. Although it's 3 hours and 10 minutes at this point, so... I could be incorrect. Who knows? Come on. Thank you. Okay, you know what? I think I'm just gonna do a quick 1-minute ad, so I'll just sit here and do this pro round and throw that on. And then I'll be like 20 minutes of the pre-roll being on. Also, I forgot this thing's not working, so I'm gonna have to use my mouse, which is currently charging over here. Although, it's been charging for a little bit, so it shouldn't die. But it's only a quick 1-minute ad break. So anybody who is not subbed, I apologize. That should prevent ads for the next 20 minutes after that. So, yeah. Let's see. Come on. Alright, so let's have you back over there. And this is why you should charge your Bluetooth things, or else they will decide not to work on you when you need them to. Although I have these plugged in with my auxiliary cord, so they're not operating in Bluetooth mode, so they're a nice exception to the rules. I know you already answered this in Coronavirus chat, but how have you been enjoying your time off now that you are done for the rest of 2021 in regards to school and stuff? Which, how long is your vacation? I'm guessing till early January, like the 4th or the 5th, something like that. It was usually something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, no, you're fine. I was basically asking how long you have break. Also, how have you been enjoying your break so far? Nothing pressing. I'll go back. Okay, I was thinking the 4th or the 5th, but I haven't checked the calendar. Yay! Not having to do anything for at least... Yeah, since you've been finished Friday, I'd say 2 weeks? Yeah, getting to do all the things you haven't been able to do as much as you'd like. Oh. I might be doing some D&D, with the boyfriend and some friends after Christmas. Otherwise, that also helps. Yeah, D&D might be a thing in my future. Although it's gonna be text-based, but I kind of want to get pretty dice because... Pretty dice. I have an excuse to get them. Which I know it's not expensive. It's like a good... What is that? Like around $20? For like a set of dice. Because I do want an excuse to have some... Yeah, I've seen it. Plus, again, I know way too many people who play a D&D, so it's like... You him. Don't poke me. Other friend with the one with the random chicken issue, that's 4. There's someone else that I'm forgetting who does D&D. But yeah, it's a lot. Also depends on which set of rules you're following, because I know there's a bunch of different editions. Yeah, last week you need to look up what to do again. It's like, how does that work again? It should be interesting. Most people, yeah. I know there's some people who play the earlier stuff. But yeah, that seems to be the most common version of Dungeons and Dragons rules that people tend to play. So, either way, it should be fun. And I'm curious to see how it goes. I have no idea what kind of class I would want to be. Because I know, depending on the class, you have, your strengths and weaknesses, as with most things, so just depends on what works for you. Also figuring out how your character works. And how you don't need to have a completely fleshed out story. Like, you can leave some stuff like murky to allow for some, plot hooks and stuff. But it also depends on what the DM has, up their sleeve, too. I just knew I didn't want to play a caster. Yeah, I would have to look up all this. Also, I might have to nudge my friend about this, too, because it's just like... I have a vague idea, but it's like... I don't have the specifics in mind. But I imagine in some ways it's like, hey, you kind of have to learn as you go. Alright, so once I finish this round, it's gonna be knit 2, purl 2 for a couple of rounds here. Also, I'm trying to not beat myself over the fact that I would have probably been very close, if not done already, with the leg if I hadn't done what I did, but problem is fixed, so we can move on. Umberhawk, if you're still here, which I'm not calling you out of lurk. I do suspect he's wandered off, which is fine. Because I needed a sub-square color from him, and he just disappeared. Ugh. That's the one thing with me doing sub-squares and stuff, it's just like, I have to wait until they appear, or I have to go find them. Because I know there's some people that enjoy just hanging out and lurking, which that is completely fine. And I do not begrudge that of anyone at all, it's just more of, when I need relevant information like that, it helps. I'm half considering maybe in the new year potentially just having a one of those Google chart things just for that. To make life easier. It'd probably be easier to do it that way. Now that I think about it. So that's definitely on my list of things to do, which that shouldn't take terribly long. Especially given I have the pictures and such. Just take those from the chart and then have it there. Also, yeah, it looks really dark. Given it's almost 4:30, yeah, it's gonna be stupid dark around here. But given today's the solstice and everything, that also means we are halfway through this whole being stupidly dark at 5 p.m. There are programs with help. Yeah. That makes sense. Come on, please don't split on me. I don't need splitty yarn right now. There it is. Okay, I was like, wait, did I? Yes, I did. Cool. Because I sometimes accidentally do 3 knits or 3 crochets in a row, and it's like, 3 crochets, 3 pearls. Oh my god. Ugh. But yeah, I accidentally do one or the other, and it's just like, oh, why is this off? And it's like, oh, over here, I just decided to do a thing that is not part of this pattern. Okay. Like, I've done it quite a few. So my hands are cold. Do. Alright, 3 more times. The sock bed might be a little bit shorter compared to the first one, because that first pair I used size 1s, but size 0 honestly would have been much better for the sock in question, given it's pretty much, for the most part, 2x2. Come on. Also, this song has some music in there, and every time I hear it, I keep thinking the Plinko game goes off, even though the Plinko game is not on this screen. So it always causes me to look over there. I'm like, what? Even though I'm well aware the Plinko game is only on the back screen. Ugh. Nope. Come on. There it is. Have you been doing D&D for long, or is this like a newish thing? I think you've been doing it for like a couple of years now, if that's not my mistake. Come on. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Can't believe it's 4:30. Gonna definitely have dinner soon, given the time. Do 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 do. Sorry, I'm going in a bit of a focus mode to see how fast I can get through these next couple of rounds. Then I'll have to start blasting the light again, so I can do the thing. So I'm probably gonna have to give my hands a break. Although I do want to do some sketching in my sketchbook today because I am trying to fill the last 15 pages in there. By the end of the year, so I can start the new sketchbook. Which, using that book should be interesting, mainly because I am not fond of wire-bound books in general, and it has a wire-bound. But I'll likely have it turned on its side. Plus, it's not as bad given, you know, right-handed. If I were left-handed, that would be a pain. Alright, one more of this and then knit, and then we shall be done with this sock leg. Do 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 do. Nope, don't do that.
Move your movable.
Do 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 do. Come on. Alright. How close are we to? Yeah, 20 minutes. It's gonna be 4 hours. But it should not take 20 minutes to get through the rest of this. So we are fine. Nope, don't do that. Do 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 do. Nope, don't do that. I do kind of wish I'd gotten more of this when this was available, but eh. It's arguable I could always spend something similar, so not the worst thing in the world. Do 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 do. Alright, time to knit all the way around, and then time to do the last pickup round after that. We shall be done. Although I do appreciate everyone who's been staying with me a bit longer than I intended, because, you know, I'm typically only on for about 3 hours, at most, maybe 4. Longest ever being about 5. Yeah, 5 now. Which it makes me wonder how people manage to do 5 hours on a daily basis. It's insane. Although it also depends on what kind of thing they're doing too. So yeah, it makes sense. Alright, other side. Come on. Oh, I might turn on... Yeah, it's pretty dark in here. Let me just turn on the light in here. That's better. I no longer look like I'm living in a cave. Cool. Also helps out with less shadow here, too. I just try not to have that on terribly often. So I don't get complained at for it. So, let's see. Alright. Also, this hopefully means this next round will not be as difficult to see, and I shouldn't have to turn up the lighting, but we will see how that goes. There it is. Alright. And purple yarn time. Two, three, four. Nope, don't do that. Uh-oh. Why are we... Oh. Accidentally pulled that in there. Keep that. There it is. Come on. There it is. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do. Nope. 5, 6. Three, 4, 5, 6. Alright, cool. Things are being done correctly. Although, I can come back around and fix that. It's fine. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Two, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5, 6. Alright, yeah. Do, 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 do. 4, 5, 6. Last one. All right. So that mostly finishes this. I have to fix the slight thing I missed on the front side here, but then we shall be done, and we have a sock leg. So let me get these couple of stitches on this needle for now. Yep, pull that up and over. There it is. All right. All right. All right, and now we have a sock leg. Woot woot. Probably gonna let this hang out for the rest of the day. I just wanted to finish the sock leg. But that also means we are done for today. Let me grab this. Alright. What does that say? Oh, okay. Just a reiteration of everything said. Alright, cool. Do. Hello, hi, I have a face in a brightly lit room. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I very much appreciate it. Thank you, my very much dork of a boyfriend, for giving me that 100 bits. There we go, I was about to say $100 in bits. About 100 bits. Dragon Rider Cat and Inky Minds, thank you both for the raids. I very much appreciate you. Also, Keldar, thank you for the resub for 50 months, which is kind of insane. I appreciate you. Seriously. But yeah, that should cover everything. Let's make sure. No, Willow. Willow had hosted. Let me double check. Yeah. Barry Willow had hosted, so thank you for the host as well. I'll be back again tomorrow doing some art. Likely gonna be traditional art stuff. So, yeah, we're almost at 4 hours here, but at least we made it through Sockleg, which works for me. Let me turn off this light. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. We're gonna go find somebody to host. So I'm gonna let you guys hang out here on the end screen for a moment, but appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your evening. Let's see. Who shall we host?